Tighten up, everybody. It's the guys from PB Mac 36 here again with another 7 Days to Die video. This is going to be a base overview or tour of our base, and you can see it here in the distance. We took a house that is not too far from one of the cornfields in Navigazine, or Navazine, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about if you played the game before. If you hadn't, anyway, it's a map that you go on that's not random. But giving you a tour of the outside of the base, you can see that we've got rebar up here that we can shoot from, rebar deck, and we've got spikes in a trench that's out around the house. You can see here, this is the front of the house. You may recognize it and you may not. You may be able to recognize where this actually is located. It's just a cabin that's not too far from the cell tower. So you can see we've got concrete with openings in it here, with spikes, the regular wood spikes, and then we have the teepee looking spikes that we are now replacing the regular spikes with. So we're on day 37 in this particular one. You can see where some of the zombie hordes have actually dug out, and we've had to replace some of it. They're trying to dig in under the concrete. There's the old original dirt road that came up to it. Here's rebar on this side. You can see there was a deck out on the house, and we fortified it also. This is the hill that we originally came over to my right here. We've got to replace some spikes, and again, here is the rebar shooting deck. Now, you can put the rebar out, a couple of blocks of rebar out in an overhang, and that'll help you with the spider zombies. They tend, we haven't seen them crawl up and over that. They can't really do that, I don't think. So it's a good idea to do the overhang, and then I'll show you in just a minute why that overhang is there. You can shoot through rebar. I think in some instances it doesn't do as much damage, but you can shoot through it, so you can hang out over the top of zombies as they're trying to tear down a wall or a barrier and shoot them. Now, having said that, there are zombies that can destroy those, so I'm going to take you in and show you the inside grounds here. This is a vault door. We've got concrete. This is just regular concrete block. We do have one reinforced concrete block. You can see the rebar overhead here. There's a gap in the rebar, so there's the original front door of the house. It's reinforced iron. So you can see here you can shoot through these. These are full blocks of concrete, and then we have a quarter block concrete that you can shoot through there. It's either a quarter or an eighth. I can't remember exactly. You can see there are different shooting positions, firing positions. This is the original outside wall of the house here. Here's some more rebar because they tend to attack this back corner pretty good bit. Now, we left one piece open right here, so if you're standing up there and you need to jump down to repair something right quick, you can. So we left that open. We left the bird's nest there for respawning of feathers and eggs. Got a door here in this corner, and it's reinforced with some forged iron. Again, you've got shooting positions here and overhead. And there's one of the original pillars of the house that's been reinforced. This is kind of a courtyard. This is some back steps. Again, you might be familiar with this. If you've played this map much, you may have run over this house. You may actually, we've seen a few people online that have actually had this base. There's a side entrance to the house, and this is a rebar shooting deck. Now, I'm going to go out here on the edge so you can see. You can see that you can shoot down into the spikes as they're coming through the spikes and attacking the outside perimeter of your house. Here is the open spot where you can drop down if you need to. If they do happen to break through the concrete, you can shoot at that position. This is the back wall of the house where the hill is in the original deck. And what we did was we just extended this deck all the way around. That was the wood planking right here that I'm walking on. This is the original deck. There's a side entrance to the house there. You can see a couple of pieces of rebar missing. We left those, didn't repair them because when you see those police officers, those cops, they will projectile vomit, projectile puke, which is pretty nasty to say. There's a drop down right here also that we left. We built this front gate, and this is where they tend to come. But anyway, as the police officers, they will puke acid, and it'll tear down this rebar. So if you're standing on it, you will drop out into a pit of nastiness if they're attacking your house. So let's go in. We're going to show you the inside. This looks like the inside of an old ship now, because everything's this rusty iron, but we've reinforced most everything. We got our original campfire that we built when we first got here, a forge, there's a supply cabinet with guns, there's our bed or beds that we can respawn out on. Guys, we didn't invite a bunch of people online to come help us build this. 2 people did it. 2 of the guys from PV Mac are the ones that did it. Here's a side entrance. This is that back steps that we took you up. So we didn't have an army of people building all this stuff. Some of these guys build these bases online, and you know, they've had a lot of help. So this is the original inside. We cleared out all the furniture, refrigerators, everything. This is the original front door going back out to a front gate that we built. We extended this out and tore down a wall on the inside of the house so we'd have more room to move. And I'm sure you've noticed that there's a hatch right here in the floor. This is Kyle's domain. This is a theory that we had in case we got overrun. Also, we dug this down. You'll see that there are a lot of rock and stone, and we got a lot of minerals down here. Kind of got this fortified up so we can move around in it. There's a mine down in this direction where we mine ore and clay and sand and different things. So we put a door up right here. As you can see, we'll go back and show you again, because sometimes this is disorienting. This is the hatch in the bottom of the house, and the ladder going down into the subterranean or mine part of our house. So you guys might have, that was a car going by the way. This blue snowball really picks up a lot of noise. So anyway, I apologize for that. This is what Kyle calls the meeting room. We can get down here and reorganize if we need to. And these tunnels lead to several different places, and I'll just kind of tell you about them, because they're kind of long and it's kind of boring to go through it. But we're going to put supply crates and things down here in that meeting room so that we'll have more supplies. Okay, we just made a right-hand turn. I'll tell you where that that straight tunnel was going in just a minute. It'll make sense, I promise. So we make a right-hand turn right here, and we're out at a food source at the cornfield. You can see where we peeled some of the corn out. There's a zombie walking around. So if you're out and about and you're in a bad spot, there's a place to duck down under there and go back to the base. We're going to refortify that tunnel with some vault doors. So you can see that there's a small farm right here, a farmhouse and a barn. We thought that the barn would be a good spot as a secondary base or a fallback position, and so we are now fortifying this barn. You can see where we fortified some of the wood here. Haven't got doors up yet, but here's another place where we're going down into the ground. And remember where I said we made the right-hand turn? This, if you go straight, this is where it's going to come out. We haven't connected the tunnel yet. We're pretty close to doing so. So anyway, guys, we appreciate it. We hope that this video has been helpful. As always, smash the subscribe button if you like our content, and comment on this base. Thank you so much.